on Shelf Gaming, the only show on the internet where we can farm. Well, I guess we won't farm today, actually. My bad.
No, that's fine. I'm sure Kyleita will have plenty of time in her life to farm for
years of farming. Decades even.
Decades, even. Centuries. I don't think Kyleitas can die.
I've never seen a Kyleita die of old age.
I don't know. You know, I think it was on our birth certificate written in the fine print. Kyleita will die only when struck by a semi-truck. But luckily out here in the boonies, what are the fucking odds that a semi-truck runs us down?
Oh, it's fucking impossible, bro. Semis don't even come out here.
Exactly.
Regular trucks don't even come out here.
Exactly. No one's ever getting rid of Kyleita.
I haven't even seen a single car since we got here.
I know.
And either is Kyleita, you can tell, because she hasn't stolen one.
Never let Kyleita play Grand Theft Auto. All right, Field of Mistria, bro. I mean, we're getting close to spring, to the spring festival here.
Yeah.
We can go into the mines now.
Yeah.
But I don't know, for no reason at all. Just how would you summarize your thoughts of this game and how you've experienced it so far? As we're still pretty much in the pre-alpha, like the first big update hasn't even happened yet at time of recording. So. For no reason at all. How are you feeling about the pre-alpha of this game?
It was
that we will continue to play for sure.
Yeah, for sure. For who knows how many years of Fields of Mistria there still are left. Not game years, real life years.
Yeah. We're never stopping.
But yeah, no, it's been pretty solid, all things considered. It is unfortunate that it's still so early in development. Because it definitely, it does not have, everything you would expect from a Harvest Moon clone, for sure.
Right.
But overall, it's a pretty solid start. As long as they do actually at some point finish the game, I think we're in pretty good shape.
Right. For sure.
I forget how to drop things.
You throw it with the trigger.
There we go.
And then those boots you can learn, and that puts the spot back in the inventory.
Boot dance.
No, for sure. It's 100%. It's one of those things, and granted, I don't know the story of the game devs here. You came down here with no stamina.
My bad. I didn't.
It's halfway through the day anyway, so it's fine.
I thought we woke up on a new day. My bad.
But no, I don't know the story of the game devs, but me, if I was developing a game, I probably just wouldn't release it until it's done.
Oh, for sure. But at the same time, it really just depends on the situation.
Yeah, sure.
Because, obviously, it was a good idea on their end.
Right.
Because, it got, maybe not, exceptionally amazing sales, but quite a few people I know talked about it, at least a little bit.
It got enough sales that they're like, all right, we're on track to release a big update in November.
Right. So, because that's the thing. So many games like this get partially completed and then they die and nothing ever comes back again. I just realized the mouse has been on the screen the whole time. My bad. Oops.
I'm sure everyone loves that.
All the people who watch Let's Plays, they never look at the screen like, oh, there's a mouse there. I'm just going to click off of this video. I don't think I can handle it.
Not even once.
Oh, no!
Nothing's happening. We didn't do anything that day, so we didn't have a summary.
Oh, that's right. It's Monday!
Monday, la, la, la.
Pretty big fan of the Mamas and the Papas, bro.
Yeah. I used to, when I was in 8th grade, I had a history teacher who every Monday, he was one of those teachers it's always doing too much on a fucking Monday morning. And that was one of the things he would do is he would play that song in the morning. So, I'm walking in there at 7 a.m. and I'm greeted by his big warm smile and positive attitude and the Mamas and Papas playing. And I'm just like, fucking kill yourself.
Yeah.
Because, that's what you do when you're in 8th grade and it's 7 a.m. and you're cranky.
True. Man, remember 8th grade, bro?
I try not to, but
That's
unfortunately
fair.
I do.
That was getting really close to when you met me.
Yeah, that was pretty positive. Well, I think I had met you by 8th grade. Yeah, I definitely had. I definitely met you by 8th grade.
I don't think that's accurate.
No, I definitely did.
We met when you were 15.
Oh, yeah, maybe not.
Shouldn't have been 15 in 8th grade. Now, far be it from me to judge you based on your intelligence. Or lack thereof.
I was never held back before we continue this bit.
But you know, it is a little awkward being friends with the only 15-year-old in the second grade classroom.
Why are you hanging out with a second grader, though?
Like,
I don't think the age of the second grader matters. You shouldn't be hanging out with people in second grade. Even if it was a hypothetical situation where, like, oh yeah, I'm 20, I'm just really stupid.
I was also in second grade. Who else was I going to hang out with? I'd hang out with the actual second graders, but it gets so tiring having to bend over and be like, hi.
How you doing, John?
Nice to meet you. And like, you're old.
And then you
Punch him in the fucking face. Teach him a goddamn lesson about respect.
Fuck them kids.
And then, of course, they call the police, and they're like, you can't be assaulting the children. It's like, but I'm a child, too. And it's like, come on, man. We've been telling you this for years. We can't keep letting it go.
How many times are we going to teach you this lesson? God, you love filling up your inventory before you come in here.
Yeah.
I would go with wood instead of fur.
Almost. Got it.
You got it, bro. I knew you could do it.
Thanks, pal. I really appreciate you. You're a really good friend to have.
Man. How often do you get hit? Because I know you do, because everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you get hit with that crippling, cringy memory of just something you regret from your youth?
Not really very often anymore. When I was younger, I definitely did.
Because I'm still at that point where, like, it is constant and it will ruin my fucking day.
Yeah. I don't know. I've kind of reached the point in my life now where I'm like, yeah, the me from a billion years ago, that guy is, like, long gone now, so not my problem.
Yeah, it's the thing, because, like, I also recognize, like, yeah, that's not me anymore. But also, it just bothers me that me existed.
Yeah. I mean,
know.
It's not completely unreasonable, I feel.
I think about, it gets me thinking about things, like, I shouldn't have to think about. Or, I mean, like, shouldn't have to. But, like, it's difficult to, like, think about realistically when it's you.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, and it's probably different for everybody, but, like, I'm a fucking downer on myself.
True.
So, like, when I think of, like, bad things I've done, I don't think of, man, I was so immature. I don't think of, like, well, at least I'm a better person now. I think, man, if I could go back in time right now, I'd kick the shit out of, like, 8-year-old me. Like, on fucking sight. That is, you know, people always ask, like, hey, what would you do if you had a time machine? And then they're just gonna wait for you to finish talking so they can talk about what they want to do with the time machine? Because that's why people ask that, is so they can tell you what they want to do with the time machine. My answer for an unfortunate amount of time has always been straight to my head, like, oh, I would fucking absolutely ruin younger me's day.
Yeah.
Younger me just walking down the street, having a wonderful time, being a shithead. Here comes a grown adult 5 times his size and weight, just fucking boosh! Bro kick right to the fucking face, and I'm going in with the elbows. I'm busting me open hard way, man.
Man.
And I tell people that, and they're like, you're really harsh with yourself when you were a kid. I'm like, that little fucker needed it. And that's not a healthy thing to think.
Yeah, I think maybe you should be talking to somebody about this.
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna do that because that would invalidate my feelings of thinking, oh, I'm fine. I can just keep swallowing this until I die. So instead, I just, ambush people with it during hypothetical time machine questions.
Yeah, and on your Let's Play show.
And on my Let's Play show. Yeah, that's the appropriate place to do it. Of any avenue.
Man. So if you find that time machine, let me also come back and I'll help.
Just fucking hold me down. God, no.
I'll rush in and pretend to be saving young you. Then we'll beat him up together. It's like, you fucking idiot. You think anybody cares about you? No, they don't.
No one's ever gonna fucking care about you.
Especially not me. Right, Sacred?
Yeah! Wait. I don't know. Part of me wants to think it's not too out of the ordinary that people would want to assault younger versions of themselves given the chance. But also when I say it out loud, it's like, that's probably just a me thing.
I'm sure it's not literally just you.
I don't know. Would you beat up your past self?
Which one?
You tell me. Obviously, if you would go back and you would just thundercut yourself as a 5-year-old, that's one thing. But like, is there any point in your life where if you could go back and just kick the shit out of yourself, that time in particular, would you do it? There are times where it's like, oh man, if only someone was there to beat the shit out of me, that would have actually improved the situation.
Not that I can think of.
You were always right every time you did anything. You never deserved to get beaten up.
No.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. I'm not sure there was ever a point in my life where being beaten up would have changed anything. I certainly wouldn't have done anything differently.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I'm not saying that there are times where getting beaten up is a positive experience, because there's definitely not. And I'm also not going to go on a limb and say, like, beating somebody up for something is ever really, like, a good response to whatever you're beating them up about. I'm just saying that little kid me in particular deserved to get bro kicked. And I wish I could go back in time and bro kick little me. Yeah, we're friends! You think Celine would be like, yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. Wanting to beat up a child version of yourself for doing things a child may do.
Exactly, and that's why every time I see that little blonde girl, BAM!
Then my parents yell at me about something beating up my sister. I don't know what they're talking about. Let's not make Celine crazy, too. I like her.
Yeah, I do, too. A lot. A real lot.
Right.
A ton. I need to go see her right now, actually. Hello. What are you doing? Reading a book? Oh, that's fun. I'll join you. Man, so what are we reading?
What are we reading, guys?
Oh, that's my favorite.
Is this my Full House fanfic? Where my parents rightfully died and I got adopted by John Stamos?
No, it's not.
Do you think that fanfic exists? Because like the whole trope in fanfics of like, oh, there's a horrible accident or you're abandoned or whatever, and then you get adopted by One Direction or something.
Yeah.
Do you think do you think there's a fanfic out there where it's like they get adopted to live with the Tanner house?
Oh, definitely. There's gotta be 1,000 of those. If there's not at least one that's not like 5,000 chapters long, I'd be amazed.
I'm looking. Full House adoption fanfiction.
Do you think the self-insert person, if they're not already blonde, do you think they self-insert themselves as a blonde?
Maybe? Okay, hold on.
Because I would. Cause
there's a couple, but like they seem to be like... Okay, hold on. What is this one? What's the description of this one?
Yeah?
I'm reading through. Chapter 1. Adopted? Question mark? Hold on, how long is this before I come back? Okay, that's not very long. And there's only 2 chapters.
Hell yeah.
This is Who Am I? By Lauren Lockhart on fanfiction.net. Lauren Lockhart, if you are deeply ashamed of this now, I apologize, but you should have deleted it. You think my fanfiction.net entries are still alive? No, sir. Anyway, chapter 1.
Man.
What was that?
Well, I'll follow up with some questions after.
Oh, good. I'm going to get grilled by my fucking cringy fandom stuff. Chapter 1, adopted, question mark? DJ chewed on a Milky Way bar. Yum, she thought. She was so exhausted from her 2 hours of homework so far and was ready for her well-deserved break. Being in 10th grade and just having turned 16, she had a lot of homework every night. Stephanie often laughed when she finished her own homework in half an hour since she was only 10 and in 4th grade. Michelle was 7 and in 1st grade and had barely any homework, if she even had to do any. DJ! Danny said, putting extra emphasis on the name. You're supposed to be doing your homework. Yeah, Dad, DJ complained. I needed a break, Besides, I've been working for 2 hours straight. I needed a break. Sure. Maybe you should just have started earlier then, Danny said, glancing at his watch. It's 8 p.m., and look how much you have left, he said, gesturing to her pile of books and papers. Okay, point made, Dad, DJ said, with the last bite of her candy bar. I need to go to the attic to get some of the old photos for my history project, though. We need to make a picture with captions biography of our life and family tree, she grumbled. All that tonight? Danny exclaimed. No way, Dad. Even my teachers aren't that bad. It's due next week, DJ sighed. Parents were so clueless sometimes. Oh, of course, Danny laughed. Feel free to go on up, Deej. Right, thanks, Dad. No problem, DJ. As DJ headed to the attic, she nearly falls over when Comet runs to her. Who the fuck's Comet?
It's their dog.
They had a dog?
They had a dog.
When did they have a dog?
Most of the show.
Okay. Hi, Comet, DJ smiled, rubbing Comet's head. She passes by Comet and started again towards the attic. DJ was excited to get a look at old stuff in the attic. Even though it was very musty and old-smelling up there, it made her feel comforted. Maybe it was because her mom's stuff was up there. Well, the part of it they kept. DJ missed her mom a lot. She went through a lot of hard times without a mother to help her out. Kimmy usually helped her through, and Becky had always been like a second mom to her. Still, DJ always wondered what it had been like if her mother never was killed. Suddenly, she was at the attic door. She pulled down the handle and went up the steps and into the peculiar smell. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Middle.
Where's the adoption part?
I'm looking for it. Oh, here we go. She had seen what the mysterious door was. She had to see what the mysterious door was. She pulled at the old handle, which after a few moments flew open with a hard pull. It was a closet, like she had assumed. Inside was a big fireproof box, and that's about all. I went over to the box and pulled it open. Inside were tons of papers. I looked at a few of the first ones. They've switched to a first-person perspective somewhere in here.
That's what I was going to say, is are we not DJ anymore?
Birth certificate of Stephanie Tanner. Birth certificate of Michelle Tanner. Marriage certificate of my dad and mom. Lots of cards. Birth certificate of my dad. Birth certificate of my mom. Insurance papers for numerous things. A few old notes. A couple baby pictures of newborn Stephanie and Michelle and about a 3-month-old me. And a few other numerous papers. Then it dawned on me. My birth certificate wasn't there. I looked back in the box. Sure, I'd missed it. Sure enough, there was a paper that seemed like a certificate at the bottom. I pulled it up slowly. What? I said, shocked. I hadn't pulled up the birth certificate of Donna Jo Tanner. I had pulled up a different certificate. I pulled up the adoption certificate of Crystal Mason. Who is Crystal Mason? I asked out loud. And then I read the rest of it. I read the birthday over and over again, and I couldn't believe it. It was my birthday. I was Crystal Mason, ... End of chapter 1 of 2.
So DJ got adopted in this fanfic, meaning it's not even remotely relevant at all. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So anyway, I assume you had questions.
Yeah. So your cringy fanfic, Sacred.
Yeah. Well, they don't exist anymore, so that has to be pulling you up because they have been long since scorched from this earth.
Yeah, I hadn't planned on asking for you to pull any up because even if they did still exist for some reason, I don't trust that you would actually do it.
Oh no! If I did have them and you found them, I might lodge a pickaxe in the back of your skull. But no, I used to, because I'm a writer. I fancy myself a writer, and so I've kind of written on and off throughout my whole life, and part of that was when I was younger, I started writing fanfics, right, when I got into, like, the sort of, that culture of things. I didn't even know it was a thing you could do. It never even occurred to me. And then I read a fanfic about Naruto and Hinata, and then that consumed the rest of my life for about 7 years of my adolescence. I no longer indulge in fanfics, nor do I write
normally.
No, honestly, I don't.
You literally just read one, bro.
Okay, fair enough, I guess. Ah, man, we fucked up. We only picked up like 4.
No, we have plenty.
Okay, good.
See, she's happy.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be happy regardless, but we're not placing in this contest.
You should go fuck yourself. Tell me more about your fanfics. What's your favorite fanfic universe to self-insert yourself into?
Pokemon.
That's fair. Fucking lame.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I never really got into any of the other big fanfic things. Like, I read a lot of Naruto fanfictions, but I never really got into Naruto enough to write my own fanfictions about Naruto.
True.
But I was super into Pokemon, and at the time, a friend of mine both had, like, Pokemon OCs that I was writing the story for, and it was terrible. And I wrote, God, this is one of the cringiest core memories for me.
Yeah.
This is another instance where I'd kick the shit out of little me if I could. We didn't even get third place. Dell picks up
Celine
like 5.
stole ours and used them to win, obviously. We've been cheated by the love of our life.
God.
If I had, I don't know, some kind of bomb vest on right now for no particular reason, I'd probably blow it up!
But it's a good thing we don't. Anyway,
True.
So I wrote this. I was writing this Pokemon fan fiction about me and my friends' OCs, and we're like a few.
That was lame as hell festival.
Yeah. Well, and we're
Are you blushing
and we're
next
a few
to my
chapters
girlfriend?
in.
Oh, it's a
That's his
mustache.
dad. That's her dad.
Listen, Kyleita doesn't remember everyone and everything all the time. Remember just a minute ago when she was fantasizing about blowing up the festival?
Anyway. So I'm a few chapters in, and I get to this thing, and I'm just having no reviews, no comments on fanfiction.net. And then all of a sudden, I get one, and it's just, in my eyes, tearing me to pieces for no good reason. No, all the reasons were accurate. It was all terrible, and nothing made sense. There were plot holes everywhere. My formatting was atrocious. And so, what do you think little me did, Eric? Did he do the responsible thing and ignore it and or learn from it? Or do you think he wrote an entire bonus chapter where a guy busted in, made all those complaints, and then me and my Pokemon beat him up?
Who's to say what could have happened?
And I felt so proud of myself, but then someone commented on that chapter, calling me immature, and they were right, and blah, 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 and baby, I folded like paper! I deleted the whole fanfic, I fucking deleted the account, I scorched earth!
Damn, that's fucking brutal. But you know, it could be worse. At least you didn't make ass face away.
That's true. I didn't make ass face away. God!
I'm pretty sure we've told the story since the relaunch, but just for context, go ahead and tell the story real quick.
Right, we did tell it on wrestling, to be clear. But, so, when Eric and I met, we were going to make a bridge series. Well, I was making it a bridge series, and I put out a casting call. Eric found it. That's how we met. And then another person I had been talking to for like a couple months at that point was like my co-creator that was writing it, quote unquote writing it with me. I wrote it. And they agreed to be the editor. Well, spoilers, nothing ever came to be. No project, I wrote it and the script was finished and we had recorded it all, but there was never any progress made on a video. And I was like, whatever. I knew editing takes a long time, so I really wasn't worried about the fact that she wasn't doing it or that it wasn't done yet. I'm like, well, I'm not on a timeline. It's fucking whatever. And she randomly messages me asking, hey, can I have can I use the, because you pulled a picture of me off of Facebook and said, hey, can I use this for a thing? And I'm like, yeah, whatever, we're pals. So I said, yeah, fine. And then they send me a little, like, kitty smiley face. And then, like, 2 hours later, they link me a YouTube video, which unfortunately does not exist anymore, where they were complaining. It was like one of those fucking Billy Mays infomercial type deals for a product called Ass Face Away, where it's like, do you have a shitty boss that makes you do all the work and takes all the credit and blah blah blah? Then you need Ass Face Away. Cut to the picture that she had pulled of me off of Facebook with an MS Paint butt put on my face instead. And then, like, I didn't even...
It was so fucking funny.
It was so funny.
It was the funniest thing in the history of Shelf that didn't exist yet.
Knowing how I don't remember for sure. Knowing how I am, I was probably furious at the time.
You were definitely pissed at first, but by the time you showed it to me, it was already hilarious.
Right, I completely, we didn't fight, we didn't have a fucking falling out. She made her feelings about me pretty fucking clear, and so I just blocked her on Discord, no, Skype at the time.
Yeah.
I just blocked her on Skype and never spoke to her again. Never even heard her. I don't know what she's doing or what she did in the immediate aftermath of that. I don't even know if she's still on the internet, like...
Who's to say?
I don't know. If she is, and somehow hears about this, hope you're doing better than you were when you were 12. But anyway, yeah, that was Ass Face Away. And God, if I could just have the intellectual property to that.
God, it's so funny. We've talked, this happened like almost 10 full years ago. Maybe even 10 full years ago now.
Yeah.
And we've talked on and off for 10 years. It's like, man, if we could just remember enough to remake that.
Right, no kidding. No, what I wouldn't give to have that video. But I'm pretty sure they deleted it like almost immediately.
Yeah.
Because I showed it to you. Because I said, oh, hey, by the way, the project has fallen apart. This person's no longer with us. And I showed it to you. And then I think you said you went to go comment on it. And it was already gone.
Yeah. No, it was not up for very long. I'm shocked.
God.
But they weren't willing to triple down on that. Maybe their parents saw. They put up a video that had the word ass in it, and they were just like, "You're grounded, mister!"
Who fucking knows? God. I love living in a walkable city where you can just stand in the street and
True.
like
And
semis
bad
don't
ever
hit
happens.
you.
Ever even see semis?
Do you hear something?
No, I don't hear anything other than the sound of me jumping. Look, wee!
Oh God! Kyleita, move! Ah!